Welcome to Market Recap Live. I am your host, Joseph Martin, and I have an awesome show for you tonight, especially if you get a kick out of seeing me mess up. I have been going through it today, working on getting this set up tonight. So we gotta figure this out. I started 2 hours early and ran into all types of issues and problems, but that's okay. We here and we gonna get it going. So we are taking a look at ticker DLTR. You might know them better as Dollar Tree Incorporated. You might know them better as Dollar Tree. You wouldn't know them as Dollar Tree Incorporated. Dollar Tree Incorporated started in 1986 when founders Macon Brock, Doug Perry, and Ray Compton opened their first store in Dalton, Georgia, with the revolutionary idea that every single item would be sold for $1. Now they are a leading operator in the multi-price value retail space, evolving, you don't need this all the way here, evolving their famous $1.25 model to include a wider variety of high value items. Dollar Tree Incorporated primary competitors are Dollar General, Five Below, and Walmart. So today we are going to review Dollar Tree Incorporated earnings and take a look at their website. Now let's do our roll call and check our stream poll. We are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. Let's get this chat going and tell us where you're tuning in from. Put a YT in the chat if you're tuning in from YouTube, and put an FB in the chat if you're tuning in from Facebook. We are building a community over here for people who want to take control of their financial situation by learning how to unlock the wealth building power of the stock market. And we are streaming Monday through Friday following trading sessions at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The U.S. stock market regular trading hours are 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And there's a link for the New York Stock Exchange calendar down in the description. Checking the chat, got that going. Okay, so let's get to it. So here's the fun part, because this part wasn't ready. So let me set up my share screen. All right, got that going, but that's not the look we're looking for. And I did this on the wrong. All right, nope, here's earnings. So this is what we're looking for, and we need to get this turned on, and it didn't do it the way we need it. Is this it? There we go. All right, so let's get the earnings. Dollar Tree Incorporated, ticker symbol DLTR, the $22.24 billion consumer discretionary leader, reported its fourth quarter 2025 earnings March 16, 2026. Dollar Tree is listed DLTR in the specialty retail industry inside the consumer discretionary sector. They have a 52-week high of $142.40 and a 52-week low of $61.87, which is a trading range of $80.53, and closed today at $107.11. Dollar Tree Incorporated earnings report missed on the top line and beat on the bottom line, swinging back to profitability after a heavy loss a year ago. They reported revenue of $5.45 billion, which was lower than the market expectations of $5.47 billion. Their EPS were higher than the analyst and market expectations of $2.53 when they reported an adjusted EPS of $2.56. Dollar Tree Incorporated reported a GAAP net income of $506.1 million, which is higher than the $3.7 billion loss they reported the same quarter last year. This represents a massive swing to profitability, over $4.2 billion in total bottom line improvement compared to last year. So for the fourth fiscal quarter of 2024, their net loss was approximately 831% lower than the profit they are seeing today. Dollar Tree Incorporated's 52-week high of $142.40 took place in early 2025. And today, the stock reached a daily high of $112.74. The stock was down over 3.8% today. The market continues to react to a conservative sales outlook for the coming year. This represents a decline of 24.8% over a span of approximately 8 months. So that's 2/3 of the year. Do the math. 12. Yeah. 4. So 12 divided by 4 is 3. So you got the 8, 2 out of 4. So 2/3 of the year, they've been on a downtrend from what I'm getting from that. So if someone invested $1,000 at that high, they would currently be seeing a loss of $248. The earnings were released yesterday morning, followed by an 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time conference call. Management noted that they converted nearly 2,400 stores to the multi-price format in 2025 and added a record 6.5 million net new households in the fourth quarter. That's kind of weird. See, that's part of what I was struggling with today, guys. So having AI help me write the script, if it was an employee, I would have had to fire him today. He was acting the fool. Oh my goodness. That's what was throwing me off earlier today. Trying to get AI in check. It was all over the place. The math was wrong. It was saying all types of stuff. And I'm like, I got up earlier tonight to get everything together because I thought AI had this thing figured out. Man, it put me through the flux today. But this is where we at. So now let's take a look at a couple of things on their website. So let me see, because I told you I ain't even get a chance to get all this set up, but we gonna figure this out. So if I go here, click this on. All right, that was fast, but this ain't supposed to have me on it. So let's do this. Then go here and put me back on. So this is some of the stuff I got to set up on this program before you guys even tune in. So that's what I'm doing now. So I ain't even getting around to this so I can be on time. We're going to zoom in on Dollar Tree. Boom, boom. Where we at? Boom, boom, boom. All right. I think that's good. Put me back on the screen. All right, now we going to look over their website. We already see they ready for Easter. They got Easter going on out here. Now, anytime we looking at these retail websites, it's just gonna be, they gonna try to sell you everything. It's just selling everywhere. But you know what we looking for? We looking for information about the company, and we are looking for the investor information. So I can already tell that this is most likely gonna be at the bottom of their website. So let's do a quick browse. Have floral supplies, candles, party favors, toys, puzzles, games and puzzles, graduation, health and beauty, cleaning essentials, beverages, dinnerware, glassware. The dollar store is the place to be for some stuff. Some stuff you can just get from the dollar store. I got some good dishes from the dollar store. And awesome. Yep, I bought some awesome from the dollar store. It worked real good when I'm cleaning my shoes. I use it to clean shoes to get the stains off them real good. Yeah, you luck up. You luck up with certain stuff. You can't buy everything from the dollar store now. You not everything, but you might luck up. You play around sometime. Don't buy no batteries. Don't buy no batteries from the dollar store. Whoa. All right. Can you see this at the bottom? All right. So we looking for company. There it is. About us and investors relations. There we go. Let me blow it up a little bit more because you might be looking from your phone. I'm on the wrong screen. Here we go. All right, a little bit bigger. All right, so right here, about us. And I don't have my cursor thing on. So let's cut the cursor on real quick. Ooh, I'm going to get AI together when we finish this live stream tonight. I'm trying to tell you, told you. I'm going to get this thing together for putting me through what it put me through tonight. All right, there we go with the cursor. All right, so you can follow along. Here we go. About us. Oh, he happy, ain't he? It's all about the thrill of the hunt at Dollar Tree. Our customers can expect to find an environment where shopping is fun. We're known for our thrill of the hunt shopping experience where customers can discover new exciting items every week. From everyday essentials to fun, craft, seasonal, and party merchandise. With additional price points, our expanded range gives us the ability to offer shoppers even more choices, providing a larger variety of quality items at a great value. He better be the manager the way he's smiling. Dollar Tree Incorporated at a glance. 9,000 plus stores, 48 contiguous states. Contiguous? I said contagious. Wrong vowel. By another one, contiguous. I ain't even heard of that word before. I'm gonna have to look that up. 7 Canadian provinces, 153,000 associates, and 16 distribution centers. Exciting finds at the perfect prices. Dollar Tree offers a wide selection of consumable variety and seasonal merchandise that includes many trusted national and regional brands. All right. And also the links for these websites are down in the description for your convenience if you want to go and check them out on your own time. We just browsing through real quick. Enjoy yourself, relax, take your shoes off, sip some tea, some coffee, something, whatever you like to sip on. Expanding product assortment at Dollar Tree stores. All right, he gonna play basketball. Expanding product offerings at Dollar Tree, culture and belonging, community impact, sustainability, our leadership. Dollar Tree Canada services 7 provinces. Okay. All right. So we learned a little bit about the company. We seen some of the stuff that they was offering. When they selling stuff, you can be clicking for days. I'm telling you, it's all different types of categories when you're looking for things, retail stores like this. So now let's go to the investor section. Stock info right there. Let's go to quote. Okay. They saying NASDAQ. Okay. So they trade on the NASDAQ. Let me zoom in. Make it where you can see. So right here, Dollar Tree Incorporated is the official name of the company, NASDAQ Global Sector. DLTR ticker symbol, and this chart right here is a line chart. This is on 5 days. So we got March 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Nope, the weekend. Why it just jumped like that? See how I got my days? Yep, 14, 15. So that's the weekend. So that's why those days not there. 16, 17. Got it. All right. So detailed information. You got the last trading price, the volume for the day, the dollar change. We're going to look at the actual chart. That's why I'm going real fast. So these numbers, I just want to show you that they have this information about their stock on these companies' websites most of the time. So here's the 52-week high. They just say but on there they're calling it a year high. So $142.40. The year low was $61.87. And I believe I mentioned this in the earnings highlights earlier in tonight's video, in tonight's live stream. All right, so we see stock info, charts, historical data. So if I click charts, this the same. Is this? It looked like it give us more controls when we clicked on that. So you got price, market, line. Okay, so here's where you can change the style of the chart. So there's the candlesticks that we talked about before. Let me take me off the screen for a second so you can see this a little bit better before we move on. So I think these are minute. I can't tell. Let me stop saying that. I don't know. These are day candles. The other one I believe was minute candles. I believe, but it's hard to read these charts. This is why I prefer looking at it on brokerage charts. But let's go back to me and let's keep going. So mobile limitations, because you might be looking at this live stream from your phone. So let's do some housekeeping. Before we look at the charts, remember, professionals trade from a computer, not their mobile device. Why did this thing take out the full disclaimer? See, I'm telling you. Hey, I was fooling today. I knew this looked too short. It took the whole disclaimer out about the, let me find my disclaimer, about using a mobile device. It took the whole section out. And I need you to know this, all right? So I'm going to find this for you. Here we go. All right. Professionals trade from a computer, not a mobile device. Mobile trading apps are limited. You lose critical detail and advanced platform features on a mobile screen. So be advised, trading from your phone is usually the least effective way for managing your assets. To see every detail, use a full trading platform and watch these streams on a computer or TV. Only use your phone as a last resort. Now let's look at Dollar Tree on the actual charts. Ooh, this thing, I'm gonna get AI for what it did to me today, I promise you. All right, I'm setting up the charts over here. I'm gonna bring you in so you can see what's going on. I'm right here, but I need to set up another screen because we gotta have the ticker. We're gonna put the ticker down at the bottom. So monitor, there we go with the ticker. Okay, now let me set up the other one. So this would just be the monitor. And then we're going to take me off. This will just be the monitor and ticker screen, cam and support. So I'm clicking to another screen. Okay, so we good. Let's go back to the charts. Okay, so over here, we're going to type in the ticker DLTR. We're looking at Dollar Tree. So here we go. And this is market close. This is a minute chart. So let's go to the day chart, zoom out. So this is a 1 year, 1 day chart. This data box is on. Let me take it off because it's going to drive us crazy. All right. So over here is what we're looking at. This is the ticker Dollar Tree 1 year, 1 day chart. So each one of these candles represent 1 day. This is today's candle right here. The information for whatever I'm mousing over is going to be up here in this section over here, but I'm going to put the floating box back on now that I have it set up for you to be able to follow along a lot easier. So we'll cut the data box back on. And now when I mouse over, everything we're going to talk about is going to be right there in that box. So Dollar Tree opened at $115.19 today. They had a high of $117.06. They had a low of $111.27, and they closed at $111.84 with a trading range of $5.79. And if we look at the trading volume, they traded 3.6 million shares today of their stock. All right. Now, when I'm looking at this trend, let me take the floating box back off. I wish it was a faster way to do this, but if you know where it's at, you can click real quick. Short trend, it looked like it's a short-term downtrend. So if I put that there, make a line. So for the last 2 months, it's trending down. That's what I see, a short-term, 2 months downtrend going on. And we're not going to look at a whole bunch of levels. Let's move on. So we did the Dollar Tree, got the disclaimer thing going. All right, keeping it moving. Quick analysis, check the chat. Y'all ain't talking about nothing right now. So back to the community. Back to the community. Not, hey, I didn't put that in there. So that's why I'm looking like I'm not looking at you, because I'm up here trying to find it. The community information that's supposed to actually be in the doggone script. All right. So let me work on this for a minute. Control V. And that way I can look at you while I get this together. All right. So here's the disclaimer about back to the community. I can downsize this, put me on the screen with the cam and support right here. There we go. So back to the community. I would appreciate it very much if you guys share the stream, hit the like button, subscribe. And if you wish to send a monetary gift to support the content, Cash App and PayPal links are down in the description, as well as on the ticker that I just put on the screen. All right. So we looked at the charts for Dollar Tree, and I told you this thing has messed me all the way up. So we're going to look at the S&P 500 index, but remember, we look at the SPY, and we'll get to that when I pull it up. All right. So here we go. We back to the chart over here. We're going to type in SPY, SPY. Boom. Boy, it's tiptoeing on that support we drew on the chart. All right, so this is the Spider S&P 500 ETF, because you cannot invest directly into the index. So you would have to invest in something that tracks the S&P 500 performance. In this case, it's the SPY. And this support that we drew on the chart a few live streams ago, you can see that the price is resting right there on that support. So it's respecting it as far as like right now, but it's on the bottom, still trading sideways within that range. Okay, now if we go to our data box, we can zoom back in and read the information about today. So there we go. So the SPY opened today at $672.39. They had a high of $674.44. I don't have my ticker on the screen. Give me a second. There we go. They closed today at $670.79. They had a low. I think I skipped the low. They had a low of $669.70. And they had a trading range of $4.74. When we look at the trading volume, they traded 87 million shares today. And if we look at the volume percentile that I've talked about right here, it's higher than 70%. So out of the last 252 trading days in the year, only 65 days had higher trading volume than today. That's what that label means right there. So they had 74% out of the year. This volume was 74% higher than not 74% higher. Oh, I wish it was a simple way to explain this. How can I say? 74% of the trading days had a lower volume than today. That's the best way to explain it. So this means that this was a pretty high volume for today. That's what that means. All right, so we looked at the S&P 500. I'm looking over here because I'm trying to see what we got going on over here with this script that AI done told all the way up on me today. But we gonna get it together. Ooh. Oh, where we at? All right, now let's look at today's winners and losers. That's what we about to do. We about to look at the winners and the losers. So we're gonna go over here to Market Watch. And under the Market Watch, I already pulled everything up, guys. That's how thrown off I am today. We done already got it together, but we always look at the losers so that we can end the night on a high note. Make sure I tell you that. So tonight we're going to focus on the losers. Now here. Now this is something else I got to work on. I am noticing the more we do these live streams that these companies are showing up often. We've already looked at the trade desk. All right. So they're actually the biggest loser today. So what I'm going to do is read a little bit about their company, and then we're going to look at the charts. We're not going to look at the website because it wasn't too long ago we looked at this website already on a previous live stream. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to work on trying to find a different way to go about this because I don't want to be looking at the same websites too close together. It really wasn't that long ago. So let's just go ahead and read about this company because technically this was the biggest loser today. And I don't want this episode to run to, and they lost 7.42%. So that means you would have lost $74.20 if you had invested or if someone invested $1,000. That's how much they would have lost out of that investment. Okay. Normally we pull up the calculator, but now I'm starting to know the math pretty much. It's a round number with 1,000, but you can use your calculator to do that. I'll show you on a different one. So let's go to analyze. And the ticker symbol is TTD. They closed today at $25.07. And they lost $2.01 today, and that was the 7.42% loss. So let me take me off the screen so you can see the company profile information. So the official company name is the Trade Desk Incorporated. Here's their website. And I'm going to read a little bit about their company. The Trade Desk Incorporated operates as a technology company in the United States and internationally. The company creates, manages, and optimizes digital advertising campaigns across ad formats, channels, and devices, including CTV and other video, display, audio, and native on a multitude of devices, such television, streaming devices, mobile devices, computers, and digital out-of-home devices. Let's move on. You always welcome to read and go over this a little bit more on your own time. So I decided that we were going to focus on Eli Lilly tonight. Eli Lilly. So they lost 5.94%. We're gonna round that off. So they lost about 6% today. So if someone invested $1,000, they would have lost $60 out of their investment, and we rounding that off. Okay, we're rounding it off. But let me pull up the calculator because I told you we was gonna do that. Let me put me back on the screen because I'm talking to my. You don't even know who you talking to, huh? You put me back on the screen. All right. So someone invested $1,000. We're going to take that percentage right there. So we're going to multiply 1,000 times 0.0594. So you would have lost, or they would have lost $59.40 if they had purchased it at the previous closing price of $989.12 and sold it today at the closing price of $930.35. So if we add the $1,000 investment back to it, you'd be left with $940.60. Let's go over to analyze, minimize this. All right, so the ticker symbol is Lilly, and they are in the healthcare sector. And I forgot to mention that with the previous company, but we look right here. So it's in the healthcare sector. I'm gonna go down and read the company profile, which I'm blocking with my face. So here we go. So the official company name is Eli Lilly and Company. Here's their website. The link for their website is down in the description for your convenience. And if you've been following along, you know I struggle reading these, reading these when they're dealing with healthcare. So you're in for a treat. Eli Lilly and Company discovers, develops, manufactures, and markets human pharmaceutical products in the United States, Europe, China, Japan, and internationally. The company offers, here we go, cardiometabolic health products, including Basaglar, Homolog, Mix 720, 75, 25. Listen, I told you, I'm listen, Insulin List Pro. Woo! Yeah. Y'all read this. Y'all read this type 2 diabetes. I'm just gonna skip over and just say the stuff I can read. And Zepbound for obesity. It also provides oncology products such as Cremaza for the second-line treatment of gastric cancer or gastro. Listen, all right. Y'all can read that on y'all time. Let's go to Eli Lilly. Let's see if I can do any better on their website. All right. Let's move on. Put me back on the screen, and we can remove the ticker. There we go. Blow this up. Boom. Do we need to zoom in? I don't think we need to zoom in. I think we all right. So a medicine company that puts health above all, Eli Lilly. A medicine company should do more than just make medicine. Find care, access pharmacy, join clinical trial, get a better understanding of a condition. So it says 1 of 8. So cancer, dermatology, autoimmune, sleep apnea, diabetes, obesity, migraine, Alzheimer's disease. Okay, so we see what they're working on. Our job's not done once the medicine is made. Lilly Direct provides convenient, discreet home delivery of authentic Lilly medicines if prescribed, transparent pricing, and seamless integration of savings, support, and coordination. Advice I can give other people who have it. Find it. Alzheimer's disease. While it's still early, while they can do something more with it. Mary's story. Our job is to put health above all. 145 plus years making medicine, 100 plus patent medications, 2 Nobel Prizes for medicine. Wow. Okay. So we want to get that off the screen. So we are looking for the company information. So right here about us, and we should see investors relations right up under about us, and I do not see it. So is it somewhere else? We looking, care, literature, science. Here it is, news and stories. So here's the investors information. So we know where we need to go next. So let's go to I clicked it so fast. What was it? Our history. I know I'm scrolling fast. So the link for this website is down in the description for your convenience. You can take your time and read over this stuff if you want. We're going over it kind of quick. So 6 generations of caring and discovery. The Lilly story began 150 years ago when founder Colonel Eli Lilly combined scientific rigor and passion for discovering for discovery with caring for the people and communities the company served. So 1906, 1917, in the name of mercy, give. So what's that, a blood? American Red Cross, yep. Okay, 1923, Lilly introduced something. I ain't even gonna struggle with it. I can't tell them L's or I's. I'm gonna be honest with you. 1928, 1937, 1940s. Lilly was among the first companies to develop a method to mass produce penicillin G, the world's first widely available antibiotic, marketing the beginning of a sustained effort to fight infectious diseases. 1955. Is this polio? Honorary chair, first thing that I was a fund drive, every unified, there's an impact. No, I don't see that mentioned. 1958, 1961, 1982. Okay, yeah, it's a lot of stuff here. All right. So I'm just scrolling at this point. My nose is running. Give me a second, y'all. I got to get something for my nose. I don't want this, my nose running on this screen like this. Give me 1 second. I'm telling you, tonight been a night. I need a be right back screen. See what I mean? We gonna get it together though. I promise you that. Boy, this a long scroll. Boy, what am I on Facebook or Instagram? This boy, they had a lot of stuff rolling out. Investors, here we go. I gotta zoom in. Why did it have this stuff so small? See, I told you, you gotta look at this stuff on a TV or a computer. I'm scrolling kind of fast. Like I said, links down in the description. You can look at this website on your own time. I'm just browsing, looking at the pictures real quick. All right. Now let's find this stock information. Right here, stock info, stock quote and chart. Here we go. So they trade on the New York Stock Exchange. The closing price was $930.35 today. There's the trading volume, price change. They were down $58.77. They lost $5.94. Now, this is the information we didn't look at all of this. We looked at some of it because we didn't look at the candlestick chart. So I'll pull that up real quick. But here's the information they show you on their website. And we can change. This is a mountain chart. We can click right here and change it to candlestick. There we go. I hate when they use these weird colors and then put the green and the red on the volume bars. So that's the stock information on their website. So let's go over to the Thinkorswim platform and look at Eli Lilly. Eli Lilly. I done forgot where I am. Here we go. All right. So we go to the charts. Here's Lilly on the charts. Ooh, that candle look nasty. Let me take this floating box off for a second. Put this ticker up here. There we go. So this is a 1 year, 1 day candlestick chart. Let me draw a trend line real quick from the top. So from that high to right there. So we can see it's downtrending right now over the last 3 months. Change this to an arrow. So this from here. So that's March, February, January. You can see the numbers down here. So 3, 2, 1, and that's December. So they had this high in January and they've been downtrending. They're in a short-term downtrend and they broke this support right here today. So here's the support. And I'm going to point to these for you. So right here on the body of, zoom in, the support was defined back here. You see these two candles right here? So these lows on these two candles and crossing through these right here would tell me that this is support. And I'm going to tell you, we're going to cover this stuff a little bit more so you'll be able to look at the technical analysis and look at this yourself on your own time. So when you see these two candles come down here, they tested it, but the wicks came down below it. And this body on the green candle right here, it opened up right on that support. And it's just been downtrending ever since that high. And today it broke that support with a vengeance. And if we look at the volume, remember how I was telling you about the rank percentile volume right here? 86% of the 252 trading days out of the last year had lower volume than today. So that's telling you the volume was significant on this big red bearish candle today. So let's pull back up our floating data box so we can read the information about today. So when I mouse over it, they opened today at $978.92. They had a high of $981.17. They had a low of $925.25, and they closed today at $930.35. And when we look at the trades today, now this was high volume for them, but when I'm looking at the actual volume, they said that they had traded 5.6 million. Let me mouse down here so you can see what I'm looking at. So I'm looking down here, that volume, 5.6 million shares of Eli Lilly was traded today. So that's what we see on their chart. So let's get to the winner of today. All right. So we go to Market Watch, percentage change. Now, this is here's another one. So I was telling you these companies are showing up frequently in these videos. So the last video we looked at, the Western Digital, we just did that one yesterday. We just did Western Digital yesterday, and they showed up on the charts as a winner. I don't know if it was a loser or a winner, but we just reviewed it yesterday. Then we did a live stream where we covered Aries. So I'm like, I don't want to do that one because we just did that one. So we're going to cover Delta Airlines. So technically, the winner for today is Western Digital. Okay, so we're going to get a little information about this. The previous close was $286.21. Today they closed at $313.81, and they had a percentage gain of 9.64%. So if someone invested $1,000 and they got that 9.64%, they would have made $96.40 on top of their $1,000 investment. So the ROI was $96.40. So let's go over to analyze and look at some data from Western Digital. So the ticker symbol WDC, information technology, they are in the information technology sector. And the official name of the company, let me take me off the screen, is Western Digital Corporation. Here's their website if you want to go check that out. And here's a little information about their company. So let's go back to Market Watch, and we're going to look at Delta Airlines. So Delta Airlines had a previous close of $60.84. They closed today at $64.83, and they had a percentage gain of 6.56%. Now, you might want to use the calculator, but real quick, that's going to be $65.60, okay? Once you get used to doing this after a while, you'll see that. So the percentage change, 0.0656, someone would have made $65.60. That's the ROI off that percentage gain. Now, let's go over to analyze. And the ticker symbol is DAL. It is in the industrials sector. When we go down to company profile, here's the company name, Delta Airlines Incorporated. Here's their website. The link is down in the description for your convenience. And let's read a little bit about it. Delta Airlines Incorporated provides scheduled air transportation for passengers and cargo in the United States and internationally. The company operates through two segments, airline and refinery. Its domestic network centered on the core hubs in Atlanta, Detroit, Minneapolis, St. Paul, and Salt Lake City, as well as coastal hub positions in Boston, Los Angeles, New York LaGuardia, New York JFK, and Seattle. The international network centered on hubs and market presence in Amsterdam, Bogota, Lima, Mexico City, London, Heathrow, Paris, Charles. Here we go. They trying to get me. I'm done. Let's go to their website. Y'all ain't gonna make a fool out of me. That's what y'all ain't gonna do. Let me put me back on the screen. I need you to know something. Ain't gonna make a fool out of me. I'm trying to told you. Let me blow this back up and zoom in. Hold up, that's the wrong button. Zoom, zoom. All right, so here is the Delta website. We are looking Whoo, for the company information and the investor information, here we go with these cookies. Cookies, cookies, cookies. Book your next trip. Explore our current flight deals and plan your next adventure. Explore offers, vacations, cars and stays, cruises, gift cards, updated bag and travel fees. Supporting you through your travel journey. How can I cancel, change my flight? Onboard experience. You deserve to arrive refreshed, so stretch out in one of our luxurious cabins, relax with your favorite food and beverage, and enjoy a wide variety of free entertainment. Well, they want you in the sky, don't they? Ready for adventure. Explore flight deals to places you already love or discover new destinations that await you. Plan your next adventure today. Treat yourself to premium travel. Experience the new Delta Premium Select on longer flights. You'll enjoy a more spacious seat with enhanced dining and premium amenities. Amenities. I put a D in it. Amenities. All right. So we read that. Here's the about us, got careers, investor relations. So here's where we want, and I'm blocking it so you can't see it. Forgive me. Here we go. So here's the about us. Here's the investors information right here. Investors relations. So let's go to about us. Let me put me back on the screen. So about Delta, our destinations. Everything we do creates a more connected world. That's why nearly 200 million travelers fly up to 275 destinations in 50 countries with up to 4,000 daily departures. Our people and culture. We're not just an airline. We're 100,000 people passionate about how travel brings us together, encourages appreciation, and creates a better world for all of us. Delta's Centennial, the stories that helped us reach a century and beyond. Our purpose. As a purpose-driven brand, we connect people to opportunities while expanding the understanding of our planet and the people within it, both in the air and on the ground. We are focused on lowering our carbon footprint, furthering an equitable work environment that values diversity and inclusion, and living these values in the communities where we live, work, and serve. Diversity, equity, inclusion, community engagement. Okay. So let's go to investor relations. I'll take me off the screen so you can see me click it. Investors relations. Did they zoom us out? I think they did. So zoom us. Yep, they did. Put me back on the screen. Here I am. All right. Investor relations, Tuesday, March 17, 2026. So they trade on the New York Stock Exchange, NYSE, ticker symbol DAL. Remember, they're in the industrial sector. Their closing price today was $64.83. There's the percentage change and the dollar change and all the information that we find on our floating box when we go over to the Thinkorswim platform. The only thing we don't see is the 52-week high and the 52-week low in that data box when we look at the other chart. And I'm not sure if you can add it or not, but I'm sure we can get that information from the other platform. Corporate profile, read more, consumer loyalty, latest news. I wonder if they have the charts. So let's go to the top. There it is, stock information. Here's the stock quote. Here's the information spread out a different way. And here is the stock chart. Take me off the screen. Let's go over here so we can put a little something on here. Chat poll 1. Here we go. All right. So here's the chart that they have on their website. What is this? It's not highlighted. So we'll just click one. This is 1 month. This is 3 months. This is 6 months. This is 1 year. And this is year to date. So year to date basically starts from the first trading day of the year in January, whatever day that happens to land on. Each one of these volume bars will represent a day. So you can see it right there. So the first trading day of the year was Friday, January 2nd. And then it goes all the way to today, Tuesday, March 17th. So that's the year to date option on their website. And I don't see where you can change the style. So that's basically how they have their information chart set up. All right. Blah, 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 blah. Now, let's go to the Thinkorswim platform. Put the ticker back on the screen. Here we are. And we're going to look at the charts over here. Okay. So it gapped up today. All right. So we are looking at, I know the floating box is crazy, guys. I wish it was a quick way to like turn it on, turn it off. But here we go. We're looking at the 1 year, 1 day candles. So this is 1 year worth of candles. And I'm going to do a quick analysis on this. I think the support is right here. So we can see that this support was broken through here. It was tested here, 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 and here. And you can really see how this support has been respected because of how this long wick came down into that area and popped right back out of it. Okay. So this is what's key about reading technical analysis. Now, when I go from this high, that's the wrong tool. Let me remove that tool. Where is it? Remove. That's the wrong one. I want this one. So I hit that and then I'll bring it down. So there's my trend line. So this candle was the first candle to break through it. This is something you're going to have to look at with your eyes. Like it's like an educated type of guess thing. It's not going to be 100% because you're just seeing what you see. Like two different people looking at a technical analysis, the same chart can see different things. So this is just what I see. So when it closed above these moving average lines and above this trend line right here, you can see that it gapped up. So if we put two more lines here, we put a line here at the top of that wick and the bottom of that wick, the space between these two candles where these wicks are, this is the gap. So today the stock price gapped up. So yesterday it had a high, put the floating box back on. So yesterday they had a high of $61.11. And today they had a low of $62.85. So let me draw this gray box real quick. So this box will represent the gap. This is the gap area between these two candles. So let's get the information about today's candle. So today they opened at $63.46. They had a high of $65.32. They had a low of $62.85, and they closed at $64.83 with a trading range of $2.47. And when we look at the volume, ooh wee, look at that volume percentile. Now that you know what that means, that I've been explaining it, 98%. So it was only 5 trading days out of the 252 trading days that had higher volume than today. So they traded almost 47 million shares today. That's huge. That's extremely high volume. So that's extremely, they would call that bullish. Extremely bullish. Extremely bullish. It gapped up and they had high volume. So that's a little technical analysis. So I'm going to start showing a little bit of that on the shows. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. We had a decent show tonight. We had a decent show. So let me see. Ooh, I hate how the AI screwed me over. They ain't even put my closing in here. So I gotta hold y'all hostage while I try to get my closing thing together. I know I'm supposed to say you already know. I know I'm supposed to say that and God bless and all of that, but they didn't just messed up my whole little flow. I'm gonna get it together though, I promise you. I promise you that. Here we go. All right, paste. Got it. And it still messed me up. Give me a second. I appreciate your patience. And I hope y'all enjoyed yourself tonight because we got some more coming, but we about to wrap it up. All right, so let me close this down and give you this. You already know. I hope that you learned something and I hope that you earned something. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you check out the whole life insurance link I have down in the description. And make sure you tune in weekdays following our market trading session at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take care and God bless.